everyone, I'm back with my shear collection and I want to show you these. These are some Vias, absolutely gorgeous pair. I love how sexy they look. I love the whole idea of moving your finger for more precise cutting and more control. They are very consistent. These are 5.5. The blade is somewhat short. They're really nice for precision cutting, point cutting. Really nice consistent straight line without folding the hair or anything like that. The reason I'm mentioning that I got them online, they are, they shift in my hand a little bit. I think my hand is just a little kind of too big for them. And there is one more reason why they never became my go-to pair. Though I did a lot of work with them and I still do, and I kind of point cut and do more precise work around the ears, neckline. If you look at this pair, they are a little bit slanted. So this is crane shape. If you look at the surface ones, my go-to ones, they are straight. So when you put these two together and measure them the way we're measuring the shears from the finger opening to the tip, you see that these are a little bit longer, but just a tiny bit. But when you open them up, this is kind of crazy. See how much of a difference there is in the length of the cutting blades. So basically the reason being is that the crane shaped shears, their blades are a little bit shorter. So again, when you're shopping, kind of keep that in mind. I was shopping for a pair that would be shorter. I was shopping for a pair that would be more precise in cutting. I love what they do. This is not something that I would be cutting the whole perimeter with, but this is something that's really nice for nice precision cutting. Eyebrows too. Again, swivel thumb. And I started cutting hair dry right after I graduated beauty school. So realistically, then I didn't really know all the ins and outs of shears, so I had no clue how differently they're supposed to feel in my hand depending on the hair that I'm cutting, whether it's wet, dry, coarse. So what I was kind of learning the hard way is that you do need more of a wider blade to go more smoothly through dry hair. But again, since I learned how to cut hair with this, it doesn't make that much of a crazy difference for me. For someone who usually cuts the hair wet, I would say it's a good idea to have shears for wet cutting and dry cutting, different types of shears. One more thing about these, if you look at the mechanism, see how much it's sticking out on this pair. So it has recently been told that I was recently being told that someone didn't like this sticking up as much because the way she's holding her shears, the hair gets caught in the mechanism. So if this is something that you might have issues with, kind of keep that in mind, that you might want to have something that is more shorter or kind of more invisible in there. This is why it's so important to, when you're buying shears, when you're shopping for shears, either have someone at your salon who would show you different ones, or you go again to the hair show and hopefully they will have a mannequin head that you can try these on, or if your sharpener gives you a loaner and you spend a day or two kind of using them, using different, even if you're not buying or not considering to buy, you just use a different pair and see what you can like or not like in the shears for the future. So on this note, I'm gonna show you these. These are really cool. This is a flipper. I have another pair of the same ones, I believe, in swivel. These are not them. Yeah, I guess that would be a thing for the next thing. But what is cool about these? Again, this is an Above brand. If you look at this, they say, let's see here if I can get that, cutting/sliding. What it means is that this shear can be used to cut, say, shags and nice layers freehand into the hair, but at the same time you can cut a straight line and do the outline of the haircut with these two. I know that other brands are making them too. I know that Bonica has something like that. What is the most important thing that I need to stress is that if you're buying these, you have to absolutely know a sharpener who knows how to deal with these. So again, you're buying these, ask your shear person to either recommend someone who would know, or have your sharpener call and talk to the brand, or send them back in, because if they do not know what they're doing, they would destroy the blades. This is literally half and half. So half of the blade is sharpened differently from the other half. So you have to be very, very careful. Again, when you go to all those flashy hair shows and you kind of get caught in a moment and they say, well, this is the most beautiful thing you're gonna own, you have to know the details. So let me grab this, my friend Deborah over here, and let's see. So basically, it took me some time, quite some time, honestly, to figure this pair out, because I'm used to using a razor, and I love razor cuts. I love the whole concept of razor cutting, but with shags, you kind of want, sometimes, again, depending on the hair, if the hair is frizzy, if the hair is curly, you want to have a more sharp cut into the hair strand or hair, each hair, because the razor leaves you this kind of fluffed up, and with the shear it's way more blunt, which means less frizz, less chances of the ends to be splitting. Even if you switch razor blades between every haircut, it's still a good idea to have a pair of shears that you would work with on kind of hair that doesn't like the razor that much. So with this, you can use them pretty much anyway. You can, cut the way you would be usually sliding the shear, kind of moving your thumb and whatnot. You can literally go in and cut. The layers that you put in are absolutely seamless and absolutely beautiful. But the cool thing is that if you want to cut the perimeter, you can go in and just cut. Everything cuts in here. The tip, you can point cut, it's a really nice solid pair of shears, and that's why I fell in love with these two. And at first I was just kind of thinking, wow, this is an amazing, they're different, I like them different. But working with them, I feel like this is one of the most amazing pair of shears that I've ever owned, realistically.